Dear listener, welcome. This is our final conversation, episode 111. We have traveled through psychology, philosophy, and science. We have explored the elements and the mind. Now we arrive at the deepest truth, the one that has quietly underpinned every word of this journey, that learning a language is not about acquiring a skill, but about returning to a state of being. In a world that prizes certificates, salary boosts, and impressive party tricks, we are told that these material gains are the point. But you and I know a deeper secret. When the applause fades, the real gift remains. The silent, spiritual transformation that occurs when you humble yourself before something vast and beautiful. That is, learning a language. The grand illusion, fluency as a destination. We are taught to chase fluency in language like the finish line. But what is fluency? It is not the absence of mistakes, but the presence of connection. It is not a trophy to be won, but a relationship to be nurtured. The bigger scheme. Learning a language is a microcosm of life itself. It is a deliberate choice to embrace challenge, to choose growth over comfort, and to seek connection in a world that often feels disconnected. Every time you struggle to express a complex feeling and are met with a nod of understanding, you are not just learning a word, you are practicing the sacred art of being human. You are building bridges where walls could easily be. How to make life more meaningful by learning a language. Language learning forces us to be in a state of mindful presence. You cannot truly listen in a new language while planning your grocery list. You must be here, now, fully engaged with the sound, the intention, the person before you. The practice of sacred attention. Treat your study time not as a task, but as a meditation. When you listen to a foreign podcast, you are not just practicing listening. You are instead training your mind to focus, to quiet the internal chatter, and to be fully present with another human's expression. This is a spiritual discipline. The alchemy of perspective. Each language is a unique universe. Learning one is like being given a new lens through which to see reality. The Finnish word sisu teaches you about resilient grit. The Spanish concept of sobremesa teaches you the value of unstructured connection. Meanwhile, the Japanese komorebi, which is sunlight filtering through trees, teaches you to see beauty in transient moments. You are not just learning vocabulary, you are learning new ways to experience the very life itself. How to make language learning more meaningful with your life. Your life is not a distraction from your language learning. It is the very material from which it is built. Weave your journey. Dedicate your practice to something larger. Are you learning Italian to honor your grandmother's memory? Or are you studying Arabic to read ancient poetry that explores the divine? Connect your learning to your grief, your love, your curiosity about God, or your commitment to global citizenship. This infuses every grammar drill with profound purpose. The altar of daily practice. Your daily 15-minute review is not a chore. It is a ritual. It is a small daily commitment to growth, to curiosity, and to the belief that you can become more than you were yesterday. This consistent, humble practice builds a character of resilience and discipline that permeates every aspect of your life. Embracing the insecure, impermanent foundation. Life is trauma. It is loss, change, and uncertainty. We spend our lives building castles on sand, hoping that the tide will never come in. We cling to jobs, to relationships, and identities that are, by their very nature, impermanent. Language learning provides a paradoxical security. It is a solid base precisely because it is built upon a foundation of constant failure and imperfection. Here is the gift of failure. In language learning, failure is not only inevitable, it is the curriculum. You will mispronounce, you will forget, you will be misunderstood, and yet you will survive. Every time you make a mistake and the world does not end, you are inoculating yourself against the fear of failure in other areas of your life. You are building an identity that is not brittle but resilient. You are learning to define yourself not by your successes but by your courageous attempts. The pedagogy of impermanence. Words are forgotten, rules fade, accents shift. The language itself is a living, changing entity. By embracing this, you practice non-attachment. You learn to honor and to hold your knowledge lightly, to be a humble student. This is a direct preparation for great traumas of life. The loss of a loved one, a change in health, a shift in fortune. You have already trained in the art of letting go and starting again. Closing thoughts, the language of the soul. My dear friend, we have reached the end of our numbered episodes, but this is not an end. It is an invitation. The ultimate language you are learning is not Spanish or Mandarin or Arabic. The ultimate language you are learning is the language of your own soul. It is the language of courage in the face of failure, of presence in the midst of chaos, of connection across any divide. The vocabulary words are just the notes. The music is your transformed spirit. So, continue your practice, not for the qualification, not for the certificate or for the compliment, but for the silent, profound growth that happens in the quiet space between not knowing and trying to know. You are not just becoming a speaker of the language, you are becoming more fully, compassionately, and wonderfully yourself. Thank you for listening. This journey does not end here. It simply continues, now without a number. Go in peace, and may the words in any language be a force for good. Farewell. Namaste.